Living in Utah live question and answer session here Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. I try to make it every week. I haven't missed a week for quite a while. I think I did take off there for Thanksgiving Day. That was about it. In the state of Utah right now, it's cool temperatures, very cool temperatures. More winter weather has come in, more snow. Just received some snow on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning in northern Utah. Much needed. We are roughly somewhere around about 189% of our normal snowpack, which is great for helping with the drought situation that we have incurred over the last couple of years. And the snow is fantastic. If you are a skier, snowboarder, snowmobiler, it is some fantastic snow. So I would imagine the tourism numbers are very high. So great. If you have any kind of questions, by all means, put them in the comment section there. Post a comment, and I will do my very best. If you want to talk about United States, Utah, real estate, whatever's on your mind, try to come up with some kind of answer. And tonight, I'm going to talk about the real estate market. I try to do this once a month, give you an idea what the median price of a home is in some of the major counties from the top of the state to the southern part of the state. And if I do skip a county or you're interested in a county, by all means, you can reach out to me and I can always produce something for you. But a lot of people say they really like it. Gives an idea where the market is going from an actual fact-based decision, as opposed to, sometimes people's opinions of where the market is or where it's going or what has changed or what the price difference. And I try to pull it up for about the last 6, 7, 8 months. Give you an idea how this month compares to maybe the high of our market, which was like last March, April, May time period, was the high point in the market. So give you some perspective on that there. So let's share the screen here. And I think this week, I'm going to start with the northern end of the state, Cache County, where so far this month we have, and this is based off of sold data, not list price. The tough thing with a list price, someone could list their home for 50% above market, but this is actual what homes have been selling for up to this day in January 2023, and we are looking at $399 in Cache Valley, and we were at a high somewhere around about 450,000. It's gone down. It's bumped up a little bit, gone down, but overall, we're now down at around the 400K mark from, say, 450, about a $50,000 drop, probably 12-13% difference from what the high was earlier in 2022. I forgot we're in 2023 here. So let's head down to Weber County. People say it different. And one thing you'll notice this month is we've got some counties that are up a little and some that are down a little. Cache County was down a little over December so far. In Weber County, we are actually up a little bit from last month. 389 in December, 398. Very similar number to November's number. Once again, this county here was 454,000, roughly about the high of the market in 2022. And now we are just below 400K, another $50,000 drop. $50,000 drop from that particular point. Let's take a look at the next county down, which would be Davis County. Cities like Layton, Kaysville, Bountiful, North Salt Lake, Syracuse. So Davis County, down from the previous month, 465,000. In December, we're about 490. And Davis County had a high of somewhere around about 548, 549, down to 465. That is a larger drop. That is approximately $80,000. That's a larger drop than the other two counties that I just pulled up. And as we look into our largest counties, we head a little bit further south, Salt Lake County. So Salt Lake City and one of other cities encompass Salt Lake County, Magna, Midvale. So for Salt Lake County, we are looking at average price of $495, just under $500K. And about 560,000 was our high about May of last year. So approximately $65,000 less. Probably around 11, 12%. Once again, very similar of a drop from Cache County, Weber County. Very similar. Dollar-wise or percentage-wise, I should say. Let's go one more county south to Utah County. Cities like Provo, Orem, Eagle Mountain, Saratoga Springs, Lehigh. And we are seeing a price of about $468, $469. The high in that particular county was around $550,000, give or take a couple dollars there, back in April. So we are once again about an $80,000 drop. Very similar to what we were just looking at. And let's take a look. Southern part of the state, which would be Washington County. Probably the most familiar and the largest city down there would be St. George, Utah. And when we look at that market, we have this particular area is probably a larger drop than the other counties that we looked at. 467 so far January. We still have a few more days in January. It could still probably, those numbers could change. Almost a $30,000 drop from December. But when I look at the high, which was roughly in June, 617,000, 620,000 back in March, 605. So somewhere between 605 to 620. And we now sit at about 467, 468. It is a significant drop. We are looking at well over $100,000. Maybe $140,000 from some of these highs. So that is Washington County. And their numbers have, it's been dropping down. 605 bumped up to about 617. And then we went 550, 536, 500 to jump back up to 569 and 540. Then back down to 500,000, now down to about 468. So that is the actual data. Where we are currently at in our market. So some counties are seeing a larger drop than other counties. One thing that when I look at Washington County, the St. George area in general, it's an area that for a long time has been a vacation home spot, second home. People will have a home in northern Utah and have one in southern Utah. During the winter months, they'll go to their home in southern Utah. When we had the last major market correction back in 08, 09, St. George got hit hard, really hard. During times of recession, tougher times, people will give up the second home, the vacation home, the motor home, the camper trailer. And so it's one thing I do look out for in areas like that to keep an eye open. So that's where we're at the current market. Where will we go from here? Who knows? Typically, as we start to get into springtime, activity does pick up. More homes are typically sold, which will sometimes increase the price. We'll see how that goes. So as the next couple of months go, there is a feeling around the country that we are going into a recession. We are seeing some job losses. Google just announced about a 12,000 employee layoff, somewhere around that number. And there's been many other companies, especially some very big name companies, that have laid people off. So we'll see how that plays out in the next couple months and through the rest of the year. Because that definitely can have an impact on home pricing around the country. If people are losing their jobs, they at the same time will not be purchasing another home or upgrading a home or moving from a rental to a home purchase if you just lost your job. So we'll see how that plays out. Any questions this evening I could answer before I call it a night? It is a chilly night tonight. It's supposed to get chilly next week. We have some Arctic blasts coming from the north. I prefer the weather streams to come from the California area, more tropical type of weather, sometimes snow, sometimes rain. You don't get some of the cold temperatures that come with it. When it comes down from Canada and Alaska, brings that cold air. It comes down into the state. It can be chilly. So that's what I notice on the weather. I'm going to call it an evening. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will be back again next week. If you did need something, you're always welcome to email me or text me. Thank you. Take care.